Hello, welcome. It's been a little while. So this video that you guys are about to see is a video that I actually worked on months ago, probably 5-6 months ago now. The concept was wanting to see how much I can make selling 100 items on Whatnot and how long it would take me to profit X amount of dollars. Well, I felt like the best way to actually test this theory was I had to purchase 100 items in one day to see my exact total costs and to know my exact amount of time that I spent sourcing, and then to continuously wash and prep those items, get them ready for a show, and then the very next day do a Whatnot show and run all 100 items at $1 start and see how long it takes me to run that show, and then at the end getting a very realistic idea of how much money I made, an hourly wage. I've always been somebody that kind of processes hourly wage so that I know if I'm doing what I'm doing now, is it worth my time and effort versus should I just go out and get a corporate job, or doing something that is probably going to make me miserable. Is this feasible reselling full time? So I always like to calculate things in a hourly minimum wage kind of concept. So that being said, this video, I went to 2 different places. You're gonna see me at 2 different places. One of them, I actually had some friends that were visiting from out of town. They are Whatnot resellers, as streamers as well, and so that was a lot of fun. You're gonna get to see them. And we went to 25 cent day at a community thrift outlet. So I was able to pick up the bulk of my items there. Again, I'm starting them at $1 on Whatnot, so I know my cost of goods needs to be low, but I also want to bring pieces that are going to sell. After that, I did go to Goodwill, and that's where I picked up the remainder of my pieces. You're going to get to see a breakdown. I will break it down again. We'll come back and we'll watch the video. We'll watch the live action footage that I got. You'll see some receipts. And then afterwards, we'll come back and we'll tally it all up. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much. So here we are, the very first stop. This is a community thrift outlet store. So today happens to be 25 cent day. Any item in the store is 25 cents, no matter what the item is, what the weight, or the size. So I'm hoping to scoop most of my items here, but still be picky to an extent of making sure the item is a good quality item, will sell, and of course, I can make a profit on it. Not bad so far. Found some good brands. Free People Torrid, 25 cents. As long as they're in good condition, I'll always pick those up. There you go. Yay! Oh my gosh. That's how we make footage. This is what we do when we go sourcing. Ah, say hi, wave. Hola. What? A little, yeah. Oh, I don't know though, but here's the first bit. We'll see how many items are in here. I should have close to half. All right, we got these, we got those. That is okay. I got 82 items here, and I spent $22.19. That means I need at least 18 items here, and I will have my 100 items exactly, and then we will get a total and see how much I spent, and then we're gonna do a whole show. So after this, I am keeping track of the time spent. After this, I'll double check the time spent prepping those items, washing them, listing them, and we'll go from there. Let's see what we can find. I'm just waiting for them to open. Well, this was just laying right here. So that's nice. We'll take that. I got dog bone. This is for the personal, for the pups. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna look through plush, do a quick scan. I love plush. The color is pink, so pink, anything pink is half price. Oh my gosh. Who is this guy? He's blue. $4, but he has a cigarette. He's wearing a crown. We gotta look him up. SpongeBob, yeah, not for $5. Some of these are too highly priced. Llamas I like, but not for $4. We got another frog. Somebody probably donated the frog collection. Oh, Bambi. Bambi's cute. Gnomes, Mickey. I've seen he's been here for a while. Next week he'll probably be half. He has a tear in him, so I'll pick him up at half and fix him. Unfortunately, in this section, the music is very loud. So here we go, another voiceover. I don't look at the tumblers and mugs and hard goods very deeply, but I always scan them, mostly for Starbucks or New Tervis, or just a really cool like skull or Halloween mug, maybe something unique. But the tumblers, they're usually priced up, so are the coffee mugs when they're Starbucks. They're like $4 to $5, and I really only like paying $2 or less. But I did see this one. Anything cat related, I always take a little extra look at, just because I know there was that Relax Rae Dunn mug next to it. I'm not a really big Rae Dunn fan, so I tend to not get excited when I find a whole lot of them. But the Rae Dunn is usually priced at $3.99 also, which on Whatnot specifically, I know that there's just not much profit to be made there. Now, the cat stuff, on the other hand, people love the cat stuff on Whatnot, so sometimes I'm willing to take a little bit more of a risk on certain pieces. So there wasn't really anything else here for me except for a couple of those cat mugs, which I did pick up. So I decided to go look at more clothes and try to focus on summer, spring items, and the pink tags, which were the half off tags. I did find a few pairs of shorts. This Starbucks tumbler I decided to take just because it was so unique for like the frappes. So I went ahead and picked that one up. Okay, so the dog bone, my Cheetos, and then I got a drink. I paid for those separate. So everything else, I got exactly 18 items. 18 items, and there's my total, $59.48. So we're gonna add that $59.48 to the other total, and then we'll see where we're at. And it is top of the hour, so I spent 2 hours at the first store, and then 1 hour here, so there's 3 hours so far spent. And let's see how long it takes me to prep and clean them, and then to get them listed and ready for a show. All right, got my helper here, and we are ready to process through these bags, and I will start the timer, and let's see how long it takes. You ready, pup? You ready? Oh, this guy too. All right, we've got our last load of clothes. Whoa, whoa. I'm switching these over to either hang or to the dryer, and then we are on to hanging them up and making sure they're in order. Alright, and this is the load I just took out of the dryer, so we're going to get these over into the inventory room and start hanging them up. So these are the items that I have to ship. Right here, all the clothing items, and this is my stack of labels. It is 4:40 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I will keep you all updated probably halfway through, and then when we finish, and we'll see exactly how long it takes me to ship all of this. Plus, remember, there are a couple of items like from the Buy It Now and stuff that's sold as well. All right, there we go. There you have it. We are loaded, or we are packaged. He's exhausted. Clearly he did most of all of the work. Not bad. All right, let's get down to the breakdown. Now, I'm going to try to make this as easy as possible. Hopefully it's not confusing. There's a lot of numbers involved, and there's some math. So all in all, my total spent time, I calculated at 8 hours. This was 3 hours total sourcing with the 2 stops. Now, the washing, the drying, that's kind of like hard to really, say. It takes me a couple minutes to put the clothes in the washer, get them going, switch them out. because I'm doing other things while they're actually washing and drying. So it was just like 5 minutes or so. It took me about 20-ish, 25 minutes to hang up all the clothes. So I'm just saying 30 minutes. I feel like 30 minutes is a very fair assessment for like the wash, the dry, and the hanging up of the clothes. And then my total stream lasted 2.5 hours. This was just a very casual, it wasn't me rushing, it wasn't me taking my sweet time, it was just me going with the flow. 2.5 hours to sell 100 items. Now, I will show you right here, this was my like summary. Technically it says I sold 115 items. That does include giveaways. I had 9 giveaways, so 9 giveaways, those were not sales. And then I did have 6 buy it now purchases, so those were people who purchased stuff out of my bin. I did subtract the sales for that, even though technically I think you could leave it, because realistically you're going to have some items in your marketplace. You can switch to your buy it now and you can put them in your show. That's very like convenient, just roll over items for potential added on bonuses. But I did take that out and I did not include tips. So you'll see I did receive $10 in tips. So without including my buy it now, which was about $22, 6 items, and without including the $10 tips, that's an additional $32 that I didn't calculate in my hourly wage. Now in my show, it says I sold 403. You'll see that as well. Total sales. Of course, there are fees. There are giveaway shipping fees. So minus my whatnot seller fees and minus my giveaway fees, and also subtracting the $22 for the buy it now purchases, my total was $195 profit after also subtracting the $81.67. I just rounded there, just to make it easy. I just rounded down. So $195 is what my total profit was for that show. So turning $81.67, let's just say, call it, $81 into $195 is not bad at all. My total work time was 8 hours. So that's 1 day's worth of work. Now, when you break that down to my hourly wage, which is the number that I really like to gauge to make sure I'm not making less than, a certain dollar amount, that's $24.38. So if we just want to round down on that one, $24 an hour. I feel like that's very good for doing something that I enjoy, that I love, and that I have a lot of fun doing. Also, this was a very, very small scale show, just to be able to do this easily without, having to cough up a whole lot. I want people to see that it doesn't cost a whole lot to get started. It depends on your sourcing places, of course, but there's things that are available. You just have to find them and look for them, where you can take $80 and then turn that into almost $200, and then take that $200 and keep, turning that investment, just growing that investment, so to speak. So I'm very happy with that. I think that works. Whatnot works for me. Of course, if I spent $200 on my items and, to make $200 or $195, I would technically not be profiting. That's not the idea, right? But in this situation, it does work for me. So Whatnot is a great platform. I love it. I moved it quick. Now this was with 2 days, within 48 hours. I pocketed this money. Okay, so that's another really, really good perk. People talk about cash flow. Cash flow is king. It is absolutely king, and Whatnot allows us to have that cash flow. As long as you prove yourself as a good seller, as long as you prove yourself that you ship correctly, you can get paid out very, very, very quickly. So by the time the show was over, by the time my work day was over, everything, I had my $82 back in my pocket, plus $195 profit as well. So there you go. If you have any questions, hopefully I put all the numbers up here accurately on the screen. Very easy enough for you to see, and some screenshots. I didn't have any footage of the video. It was too far back. This was actually on December 28th. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I plan on having more videos come out in the future, so hopefully you gave this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you're not already. I appreciate it. Love you so much. See you next time. Bye.